Hello book friends, hello booktube. This is me from the future. The video you're about to watch is a little bit ranty in places, and for that I apologise. I think there might be an odd cuss word or two, so beware. But if you are going to watch it, thank you, and I'll catch you next time. Hello booktube, hello book friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Tuesday, or at least it is when I'm recording this. Hopefully it'll go up today as well, and that means tags. And I've been tagged by Debs at Rainer Reads Books. Thanks, Debs. This is just complicated, I have to say. This is the My Life in Genre tag, which was originally created, I'm just going to have a look on my other screen, by Reading from the Depths. And basically, it's a tag centered around various genres of books. So there's horror, sci-fi, fantasy, thriller, suspense, action, adventure, mystery, crime, humour, romance, non-fiction, anti-normative fiction, literary fiction, and poetry. And so there's a question for each genre, and then with each genre there are subgenres with questions. So let's look at, say, for example, horror. There's horror is the genre, and then there's slasher, folk, gothic, cosmic. So, and there's a question for each of the subgenres. Now, if I've read this right, there are different ways to complete the tag, and you can choose 10 questions and answer them as earnestly or as playfully as you want. How to choose a 10, so you can choose 10 genres and answer the general questions associated with them. Choose 10 genres and answer a question from one subgenre of each. Or choose your 2 favourite or most read genres and answer all questions associated with them. And then there's another, which is basically do what you want. So I'm going to pick 2 of the genres and answer the sub-genre questions, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use the mystery, crime, and the non-fiction. Just partly because I like the questions more than I was looking at action, adventure, and thriller and suspense, and I don't know. Let's go with that, shall we? So sorry, I'm just going to move my chair because and we'll see how we go on. And I'm not going to tag anybody unless if you want to do this, by all means. It's so complicated that it's so complicated that you cannot actually fit the description in the description box of a video. You have to put it in a pinned comment. So yeah, I'm give it a good go. I'm going to stop moaning about it. Okay, mystery, crime. What aggravates you? A problem you have to remedy every time it comes up. There's quite a few things I could say here. I mean, they're generally kind of things around the house. It's like when something goes wrong, I'm generally the go-to person. I think my wife would tell you that every time she breaks something, she's Alan, I've got something to tell you. I was like, what have you broken? So yeah, it's normally me that fixes stuff around the house, basically. And sometimes I'm quite good at it, and other times I'm not, and I have to get somebody to come in and do it for me. But yeah, so fixing stuff around the house. Okay, so now subgenre, noir detective. Are you better at piecing together all of the clues, or being the supportive sidekick keeping everyone's morale up? I think probably the former. So when I'm reading a crime novel, I'm pretty good at working out, particularly if it's a whodunit, who did it. So yeah, I'm pretty good at doing that. So I would say that I'm better at all of piecing together all of the clues. Subgenre true crime. F this genre, real world suffering wouldn't be a source of entertainment, shouldn't be a source of entertainment. What is one way, aspiration or in practice, you try to relieve others' suffering? I just try to be kind every day. I'm the annoying guy who says hello to you in the street when you're trying to walk and look straight ahead, and and smiles at you and says hello. So that's me. I don't always get a hello back, but who cares? I just try to be kind every day, and if there's something I can do for someone, I'll do it. As simple as that, So yeah, that's me. Procedural. Do you find sticking to a regular routine to be liberating or stifling? Both. I think when I used to work for an employer, I'm self-employed now, so I work for myself. I used to find kind of the regular routine, some things quite liberating. So, when you wear a suit 9 to 5, and the only choice you really get is whether the colour of your shirt and the tie that you're wearing. And I hate wearing ties, by the way. I went self-employed 9.5 years ago, and I think I've worn a tie once or twice since, and at both occasions it's at funerals. I hate ties. It's like a tie is a status symbol, and a tie is, if you wear a tie, you can do things. It's utter. A tie doesn't mark you out as being better than anybody else or more capable than anybody else. And this whole, just the whole thing about how you look dictates how good you are at something. Sorry, I'm ranting. Winds me up. Anyway, moving on. Caper heist. Oh no, your overly complicated plans have gone awry. What do you do when faced with the unexpected? I'm pretty good. I used to, when I was an employee, and I used to get the what do they call them? Performance development reviews, or performance planning, or whatever they were. I can't remember now. I'd regularly get a comment about how calm I'd be under pressure, and I'd be like, "No, that's not me." And I think outwardly, that is how I would kind of come across. But I'd be like the proverbial swan or duck or whatever it is, where everything above the surface of the water is all serene and calm, and underneath the legs are going like this. So yeah, that's me. So I guess I'm calm under pressure, but secretly absolutely bricking it. Right. Okay, moving on to non-fiction. God, this is going quick. Thank God. Non-fiction. What inspires or motivates you? Quite a few things. I find significant figures in history. It's why I'm interested in non-fiction. So Winston Churchill, I find inspiring. I think he's highly flawed. He's a very flawed character, and he did some very questionable things. But I do find him inspiring, and probably for what he's best known for, which is being the country's leader during the Second World War. But prior to that, and subsequent to that, he did some fairly inspirational and amazing things. So that he inspires me. So things like that. there are other politicians who I found inspiring, and others who I've found utterly despicable. So it can be a bit Marmite when it comes to politicians, but yeah, memoir. What is a story about you that a family member or close friend might share about you, but wouldn't be the first thing you share about yourself? I don't know. What would a family member or close friend might share about you be the first thing you'd share about? I honestly don't know. I should have thought about this a bit more, shouldn't I? I don't know. I really don't know what someone would say about me. I'm going to have to take a pass on that one, sorry. History. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. What is something in your life that was a real learning moment or turning point? Do you know, I was doing my dog walk this morning, and I was thinking about the number of bosses in my life I've had. And I was trying to work out, have I had more good bosses or bad bosses in my life? And I didn't. I need to write it down, I think, because I've had quite a few. But there are some who've been really good, really amazing managers and mentors, and others who have been utterly terrible. And I think the real learning moments and turning points for me were when I've had bad bosses, and I've been like, I am never going to be like you. You are just a complete waste of space. How you ever got to the position you're in is completely alien to me. So yeah, I think having a bad boss has made me, not that I am a boss now of myself, but when I was a manager of people, to make sure that I treated everybody with respect. And that came from being not treated with respect and treated like something you might tread on in the street. Anyway, back to politics, you'll be pleased to know. Politics, activism. When have you felt like everything was against you, but you were able to persevere? I think when I quit my job to go self-employed, basically I took voluntary redundancy, and we've been having cuts year on year for many years, and it got to the point where I said, well, if they make me a good enough offer, I'll go. And they did, so I went. But prior to that, I was working ridiculous numbers of hours, and I'd asked if I could go on a 9-day fortnight, because at the time my father wasn't very well, and I wanted to spend a day every once in a while with him while I still could, and do things for him around the house and so on. And I took it to my boss, and they said, no, no, basically, use your leave, or, I said, okay, fine. And then a couple of weeks later, I put in for my redundancy, and they said, oh, no, we don't want you to go. You can have your 9-day fortnight, and whatever you want, basically. And I'm like, no, off. You've had your chance. So I, decided, I stuck my guns, basically, and left the organisation, and I haven't looked back, really. Okay, I don't earn anywhere near what I did then, but I don't really give a monkeys, to be honest. Spiritual self-help, last question. Again, sorry, this is a very ranty video. Spiritual self-help. Outside of reading, what does an afternoon of self-care look like? I would think it would be taking the dogs for a walk, and then coming back and sitting down and either watching a movie or listening to some music or something like that, and just chilling, not just not doing anything else. So yeah, outside with the dogs, coming back, cup of tea, film, or some music. So that's it. those are my 10 questions. God, that was quicker than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, if you fancy having a go, I will pop all of the questions in a pinned comment, because as I say, they don't fit in the description box of a video. And let me know if you do. I look forward to hearing and watching what your answers are. If you have been, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.